Alright, so I'm going to try to hold my camera still and show you what I do for meal planning every week. I personally like to plan at least 2 weeks ahead with some things because I don't like to go grocery shopping every single day. So I'm just kind of showing you what I have out to plan for the 21 Day Fix. This is the meal plan that I follow most frequently. I have my 21 Day Fix tracker. This is a sheet that tracks my workouts. It tracks how many containers, it tracks the day that I'm on, and I can print out as many of these blank bad boys as I want. So this is my tracker. It's in the files section of the challenge group, and if you can't access the challenge group files through the app, let me know and I will send you an email with this file directly. Okay, so this is just some meal plans that I've started for this week. I'll be honest, I haven't completely finished them for this week, but let me flip back actually to one that's more complete. Here we go. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do before you start meal planning, you're going to pull out your 21 Day Fix eating plan. I want you to turn to page 4, I believe. Yeah, page 4. And this is where you're going to figure out your calorie level. And as soon as you figure out your calorie level, you're going to flip to page 19 in the book. And page 19 has the calorie tier chart. This tells you, like, if you're in this range of calories, you get this many containers for the day. Let me get the glare off of it. Okay, so you get this many containers for the day. So my calorie tier is the 1200 to 1400 or 1500 calories. So for my meal plans, I'm going to focus on those, but I'm also nursing, so I'm adding a few extra containers in there. I'm basically just bumping it up to the next calorie tier and leaving a flex one for if I'm really hungry. Okay, so I've got my calorie tier figured out. Once you have that, then go over into your 21 Day Fix tracker and write them in. So write in how many containers of vegetables you get, how many containers of fruit, how many containers of protein, and so on, all the way through for your meal plans. I suggest printing out at least 3 of these, maybe 4, to cover 3 weeks. And that will make it so that you can just feel prepared, and then you don't have to keep going back and printing more. If you've never meal planned for the 21 Day Fix before, then I strongly suggest doing it by hand first, and also using something as a model. So I uploaded a lot of different meal plan options and ideas. There's different formats for meal planning, there's different recipes and different ideas, different ways of breaking up your meals throughout the day. You can pick and choose, but you have to figure out what works best for you. Everything that I give is a suggestion, and so if you end up feeling like something's just not working for you, then tweak it a little bit and try and figure out what's going to work best for your schedule, what's going to work best for the way that you like to do things in your everyday kind of routine. Another thing that I have when I meal plan is this awesome book. It's called the Fixate Cookbook, and it is 101 personal 21 Day Fix portion control approved recipes to try, and she has a ton of really good recipes. There's dressings in here that you can make, homemade dressings. There are, of course, there's breakfast ideas. There's all kinds of yummy breakfast ideas. I love breakfast. There's a lot of dinner ideas. There's things for healthy treats. And so if you are interested in getting this book, then talk to me. You can order it. It's not a super expensive book, and I feel like it's really worth the investment. All right, so last but not least, grocery ads, because I am a price matcher, an ad matcher, whatever you want to call it. So I go through my grocery ads first. Once I know how much I'm eating every day. I go through the grocery ads. I pick out some proteins that I think sound appealing that are on sale if I don't have any protein on hand at home. So maybe like I decide I want to get some baby back ribs to try, or maybe I want to get some steaks. Those might go into my meal plan. I'm going to look for if chicken is on sale, because chicken is just really easy. I'll look for eggs, because having eggs on hand for me is super important. And then the other thing that I'm mostly looking for is I'm looking for sales on produce. I'm looking for sales on things like broccoli or grapes, like on this ad. Avocados are excellent. Those count as a blue container. So when you're looking through the grocery ad, try and siphon in on just the things that are important for the 21 Day Fix meal plan. So something like like Hot Pockets. Hate to break it to you, Hot Pockets are not 21 Day Fix approved. So try and like siphon those out, and just be looking specifically for produce, for proteins, and that's really about the only things that I look for is produce and proteins, because those are the things that are mostly on sale. Okay, so once I decide what foods are on sale and I make a list, then I'm going to go through and I'm going to decide what I want to have for dinner for the course of a week. I always plan for a date night, and for my date night, I kind of leave a series of, let's see if I can zoom in on it here. I just put a star for what I think I'll probably eat that night for my date night. And that way I just know that I have room for my meal plan to fill those containers. And I know I'm not going to use them up earlier during the day. So I plan out my dinners. And then once I've planned out my dinners for the week, then I'll go up and I'll plan my lunches. For me, dinner is kind of the most important part of the day. So I plan out my dinners. And I fill in all the container information. I fill in where the vegetables are. I fill in where the protein is. I fill in the carbs, teaspoons, everything that you feel like or you know for sure from looking at a recipe online that it fills that container, you're going to fill it in. If you're lazy like me, you'll start putting stars for if you're using 2 servings of vegetables, 2 servings of carbs, those kinds of things. Once I fill in dinner, then I'm going to go through and I'm going to do the same thing with breakfast. Breakfast, I'll kind of fill in what I want to have for my protein. I'll fill in maybe a fruit, and I'll fill in a carb. I feel like it's important to have a carb early on in the day just because it gets your energy level up. The next thing that I'll do, because I drink Shakeology every day, is I will go through and for all the 7 days of the week, I'll fill in when I'm going to drink my Shakeology. I usually don't add too much to my Shakeology, but if I'm going to add something like some fresh berries right here, then I'll write it down. You get a half of a cup of almond milk that doesn't actually count as part of your carbohydrates because 8 ounces is free on the 21 Day Fix now. So you can have almond milk or coconut milk, but if you use regular milk for your Shakeology, it does count towards your blue container or one of your yellow containers. So I've done my dinners, I've done my breakfast, I've done my shake. Now I'm going to look through and see and count. Like, okay, I've used up 3 of my protein containers. I need to fill in maybe 2 more. Then I'm going to go in and I'm going to fill in 2 more. And I'll say, okay, well that means maybe I'll have leftover salad for my lunch. So that's going to count as part of my protein. Maybe I still have like 2 fruits left of my 3 fruits. Then I'm going to go in and I'm going to fill in a couple times throughout the day that I can have fruits. These are like meal 1, meal 2, meal 3, meal 4, meal 5, meal 6. These are all like a way that you break down how much and how often you're eating. Ideally, you should be eating about every 2.5 hours, maybe 3 hours, just depending on the day and depending on how hungry you are. But really, you shouldn't ever be hungry. Like, you should never be, hangry? Because you should be eating enough consistently that you are constantly satisfied. I don't ever want you guys to feel like you're stuffed because you ate too much at one time and you didn't eat frequently enough during the day. If it happens, it happens, but ideally you should be splitting things up throughout the day. Other than that, I don't really do anything other than just double check and count how many containers and how many teaspoons I'm filling to make sure that I fill in every area. I'm going to share a list, probably just via email to all of you that has some meal ideas so that you guys can pull from those as well as use the meal plans that I already gave you and some of those recipes. But I just wanted to share this with you and I hope it was helpful.